My name is Margaret Gray, and this is Rainy Tuesdays.
Hi guys, today I'm here with Ryan.
Hello.
Adam.
Hello.
And for the very first time ever, Yoana.
Hello.
How are you guys doing?
Doing good. Adam, I don't know why I just noticed this, but I like your little 2-finger salute.
Yeah, I always do
pretty
that.
Cool.
That's like a signature of mine.
It's his thing.
It's very cool.
And now
like
that we're on a video format, you get to see it.
That's a good time to bring up the fact that I've forgotten to mention in the past 4 episodes. We have a video podcast now. We're on YouTube. Bring that back.
Just search up Rainy Tuesdays podcast on YouTube and you can look at our faces.
Yeah. We always make weird ones.
They're there.
It's true. Also, now's a good time to mention Adam's shirt isn't purple.
It looks pretty purple.
It's
only
it's black. Purple. It's better. I have issues with my video camera that makes everything I wear look purple. And I intentionally tried to wear something that I didn't think could look purple.
This is the least purple.
It's better than it's been, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yoana, what have you been up to in life?
Nothing interesting. Good old stuck at Bradley. Going home next weekend, so that'll be fun.
That is fun.
Oh, same here.
Oh, wait, where are you from?
I'm from Springfield, which is an hour downstate, so.
Okay. Chicago suburbs. All my Chicago peeps out there.
Oh my gosh. So something I've been doing is I've been making all of my friends a PowerPoint of why they should move to the East Coast with me. And it's really funny because on everyone except for Ryan's, there's a thing that's Chicago sucks. And I'm Ryan already knows that. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it's a good time. Anyway, I don't know. What have you guys been up to? What's been going on in your lives?
Nothing interesting. Same as Yoana. Just school.
Yeah. I had an unfortunately busy week of school last week because it was almost a third of the way through the semester, which is usually when things pick up for me. So that was sucky. It's every third there's a lot. But then now it's just back to read some things.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like Tuesday. Our classes got canceled on Tuesday for the winter storm, so that was nice.
That was pretty hard for me because it was raining.
You had no class at all?
None.
Yeah, they canceled everything, which was really surprising. Yeah. And they also canceled 9 at night, so.
Yeah, they were confident. They were you're for sure not doing anything.
And also, Tuesday wasn't as bad as Monday, which is
really
interesting. Monday here, we got a ton of snow, I feel and it got really cold. Tuesday, it really didn't snow that much. It was still cold, though, but.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, today we're going to be talking about some crazy scenarios that you could find yourselves in. You guys ever watch the show What Would You Do?
Yes, love it.
Yes, it's a reality show. Basically, they have these actors act, and they go out in public and they do a full scene, and then it's will people intervene? Will people do nothing? And then they interview them after, and they're why did you or didn't you do what you did or didn't do? And that's the whole show. That's it. But they'll have really serious moral quandaries of sexism and racism and all of the isms and anything you could think of. This will be
just
nothing
throw them in like a Wheel of Fortune. You just swap it. It's what ism are we dealing with today?
Exactly. We're dealing with no isms.
We hit the bankruptcy slot.
Exactly. Oh my god. So these are just going to be little fun things. And I'm excited for it. Okay. So first and foremost, you wake up one day, right? You're going about your life. You're texting your friends. You say hi to your mom. None of them think you're real. What do you do?
Interesting.
Wait, like they don't acknowledge your existence, or they acknowledge it, but they think you're like a fake or something.
They think you're a robot. They're like, oh, a regular Adam robot strolling through the house.
Well, I was gonna say, like, if no one acknowledges you, why don't you just rob a bank?
True.
If you went into a bank, they would all be like, what is this really realistic robot doing?
Is this like in a society where robots are acceptable to be watching?
No, it's like our regular society. I mean, I guess robots are accepted here, but like, it's not like you don't see one walking down the street. Maybe you do. I don't know.
Yeah,
because I was gonna immediately jump to crime, of course.
Yeah.
But you can't really do that if you're maybe. But I feel like they just be like, you can't do a crime because you're not real, so the crimes aren't real either.
But then
Although then can you get away with them? Because
so.
they won't acknowledge it as real, so you'd be like, I'm stealing $70,000. And they'd be like, but you're not though, because you're fake. You'd be like, oh, but I am. And then you leave.
Right? My theory is it's like, if you went and you did that, then they would be like, who's controlling this robot?
Mm-hmm.
And they would be looking for somebody else that wasn't you. Yeah.
Or maybe if it's a robot, you're just like, oh, it's like a maintenance thing,
Sure.
Maybe it's cleaning the money. Who knows?
Right. But like, how does that impact like personal relationships? Like, Adam, you have a girlfriend. She doesn't think you're real anymore.
Yeah. That would be, although I don't see her because we're long distance, so I don't know how we should be like, oh, a bot is texting me, and then I could just not text her until it wears off.
Okay.
Or what you do is after you rob the bank, you send her the money to prove that you're real. Like, if a robot sends me a ton of money, I'd believe him.
Okay. All right. Interesting. How about you, Yoana?
I'm going for crime too.
Okay.
Anything I can get away with, and then just like blame it on a maintenance problem.
I like it. Okay.
Or hear me out. I put myself on eBay, and I have my favorite celebrity. I don't know who it is now. And I'm like, do you guys need a real life robot?
Oh.
And then I infiltrate.
Interesting.
And I'm living in Hollywood.
And you make a bunch of money because you sold yourself.
Yeah.
I
Win-win.
think that's the route I'm going down.
Interesting. Crime and human trafficking. Okay.
Is it human trafficking if you're trafficking yourself?
And if you're a robot.
This is true.
Yeah, is it not just a job? Because you're getting paid?
These are questions. Okay, all right. I'm gonna pick one that's less guaranteed crime. Okay. This is one specially submitted by my mother. She said, okay, one day you wake up and your pet, whether it be cat or dog or whatever, it's at the end of your bed, just chilling with you, and it's good morning, and you're like, huh? And all animals can talk. What do you do?
I would be very concerned because I don't have a pet. And if a pet just appears at the end of my bed and it can talk, well, I guess the "and it can talk" part would be less concerning than the fact that there's just a random animal there.
Yeah, you can ask it how it got there.
Yeah, I guess it would be mine then at that point, which is cool, but But yeah,
Okay.
it would be concerning a little bit.
That's fair.
Can everyone else understand the animals, or
That was my first question.
is it a Mr. Doolittle, Dr. Doolittle thing, where you know what I mean?
Right. I want to know what would you do in both situations.
So,
Yeah.
I would love if it's a Dr. Dolittle where you can only understand the animals. You could just gossip with the animals. Get I bet birds have a ton of details.
I think I've said this before, but I really want to befriend crows, and now I can talk to them and gain minions and do things. This is jumping to crime, but you have all these crows. You're like a supervillain at that point.
Oh my god. Okay. Fair.
I was also thinking I'd go to a zoo, because then I get to talk to more interesting animals than squirrels.
Yeah, but I feel all those animals would be really sad.
It's depressed.
Maybe it could break them out then.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You can ask them the schedule and everything. You're like, when's the best time? You would know. Like,
Create an army.
you just don't have thumbs. Like,
Exactly. I get an army of zoo animals, and then we take over the world.
oh my gosh. Fair. Okay. What about if everyone could talk to animals?
Nothing special about that.
Oh,
I think it would be a net societal benefit.
I think so.
More people would be vegan.
That's true. Yeah, I think there's a good chance that like like if everyone could talk to animals, I do think that animals would start just being licensed as therapists because they've already heard like so many people's problems.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hear me out. I
Okay.
feel like a lot, like top secret people who like know like all the government secrets.
Mm.
I would love to talk to their pets and see
Mm.
like what they know.
Ooh,
That's
Like
fair
idea.
Biden's got his dogs.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
talk to them. Exclusive
God.
interviews.
Side note, did you guys see that like Fox News person like completely like just body shaming Biden's dogs?
What?
Got on and he was like, they like don't look pretty. Like they don't look like they've like been groomed or anything. Like he was trying to like create a conspiracy that Biden like mistreats his dogs, and it's just like these are the first like mutts, like they're not a specific breed, and it's like everything he was saying was pointing that out, but he was saying it like it was like a really bad thing, and it was like, okay, dude, like
Oh my god.
it was a lot. It's like we've come to such a low point that now we're making fun of dogs. But anyway, yeah, I would love to just talk to those dogs. Do you guys talk? Ryan doesn't, but do you guys talk to your pets? Things that are going wrong.
I talked to my imaginary one.
Oh, there.
Come here, boy.
Oh my god, this is my emotional support imaginary dog. Ugh, yeah.
My family talks to my dog, but not like you'd ever talk to a regular human.
Mm.
So it's like, I think if he started talking back, he'd be like, "What are you doing? Why are you like making weird noises?"
I've never looked into it for dogs, but like there's been studies on cats that like they love like baby talk, like it like sensors in their brain like light up when you talk to them like that. So if you're going like, "Who's a good little boy?" it's like that makes them happy. So I don't know. I feel like that's the only way cats would want to be communicated to. I don't know about dogs, but yeah. You're like, "I have issues today." Oh my god. Yeah.
I feel like cats would be very snarky if they could talk.
Probably.
Like my cat would like tell all my secrets and just be like, "Thanks for you."
Yeah.
I also think if everyone can understand animals, nature is just ruined. Like, you
Sure.
go outside and it's like, there's like nice birds chirping and all that, but like now you can just understand their conversations and it just sounds like you're in a crowded place.
I think that's also like kind of uncomfortable because I feel like the majority of the times that animals make noises, it's like for reproduction.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I was about to say it's like you're just hearing
Cat
animal
calls.
pickup lines and cat calls.
Oh, that'd be uncomfy. Suddenly birds are less pretty. Yeah. All right. Well, there was less crime in that one, so you know what? We will take it. Okay. Next one. Every time you go to take a bite of food, you have it on your utensil. You're ready. It turns the opposite temperature of what you want it to be. What do you do?
Oh, die. Like,
Okay.
I think, well, that wouldn't be like the worst thing.
Mm.
Like, really, because I feel like it's easier to cool food than it is to like heat up food. Like, you can always just like put food in a fridge, and like if you need something that's like hot, you just take it out and you can start eating it like right away.
Okay.
Is it the opposite temperature of what it is, or the opposite temperature of what you want it to be? Like, for if you get like pasta or something, and it like you leave it out to cool for 3 hours, so it's super cold, and then you're like, oh, but this switches it immediately to hot, or is it just like I want it hot, so it's gonna stay cold?
I think it's like whatever you want. like when you're like going to bite it and you're like, this is what it should be, it's like opposite. So like if you're going to like eat ice cream, like the temperature doesn't change, like it doesn't, not, I meant texture, the temperature does change. So, like,
It doesn't like melt instantly.
right,
Because
like
that was gonna be my other question. Like, can I eat ice cream anymore, or is it just gonna melt into goop?
no,
Yeah.
it's still the same texture, but it's hot.
I feel like you gotta like retrain your brain into liking the opposite.
Mhm.
Like I don't mind pizza. Like I like cold pizza and hot pizza, so I
Mhm.
wouldn't mind. So if I can just get that for every other food,
Sure.
Yeah, I think that's
What
the
if, though-
move. Yeah.
What if you change so you get this for a while, you train your brain, and now you're accepting of everything of how it was. But then now you want it this new way, so it switches back to the way it was before, and you just constantly have to retrain your brain.
You've
Mhm.
played yourself at that point. I would just always go for foods that are room temperature because then I feel like it would just be like the opposite side of room temperature. Like, you know, it's like when it's like
Yeah.
whatever, like, but like slightly warm or like slightly cold, like, but it would just be the opposite, but it's fine because it's a room temperature food. Like bagels. I feel like bagels can be like totally consumed. Like, obviously, like they're good when they're hot and everything, but like also they're perfectly good when it's like just right out of like a bag or something.
is there a food that's good cold and hot?
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking when you mentioned that. Like, pizza's a good one. Bagels. Can't really think of
Compared
much
to
else.
pasta.
Mashed potatoes.
Nope.
Coffee.
Coffee.
Coffee, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Mashed potatoes simply won't be allowed. Oh my gosh.
So, what is the appeal of cold pizza? Because I know a lot of people
don't
like
get it
cold
either.
pizza, but I
It's
do not
pizza
understand.
you don't have to heat up.
What is the appeal of hot pizza?
Yeah.
Like the cheese is like meltier. Like with cold pizza, it's like hard, and that's gross. Like I don't know.
But
I
how
don't
cold is it? Are you like
Well,
pulling it out of a freezer?
not out of a freezer, but like out of like a fridge.
I feel
I
like
just-
room temperature, like cold pizza, is pretty good.
Yeah, like I don't mind pizza, and whatever temperature is fine for me.
Interesting. Yeah. I've always been a hot pizza person.
Yep, you gotta be hot.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Are there any others? I feel like there's gotta be more. It can't be any liquid because liquids are one way or the other. I guess like other than coffee. But I was thinking like a smoothie would be like weird hot.
Oh, yeah.
Soups, like I know that there are some cold soups, but I feel like as a general rule, soups should be hot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
There's a lot of. Oh,
Oh, that's a good one.
that's a good one.
that's a great one. Yeah, I love popcorn. Also, side note, popcorn's great.
That you hate corn.
Yeah, because corn's gross.
Oh, French fries.
It depends on how cold, but yeah.
I don't know if I like cold French fries. I think French fries gotta be hot.
Interesting. They can
and
be room
French
temperature for
fries.
me. They can't be like cold, cold.
Well, that's true. They can be room temperature, but
Mhm.
once you get like they get like cold, they're just disgusting.
It's not okay.
Popcorn really is like the perfect one though.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah. I love chocolate covered popcorn. I was thinking about the other day, cause like I love like dark chocolate covered pretzels. Like that is my go-to like sweet snack, if I'm needing one. But also like same with chocolate covered anything salty. Like I love chocolate covered popcorn. I've had like chocolate covered potato chips. Those are a little too much for me, but like the other two are like top notch. It's good. Yeah.
I used to do Boy Scouts, and we would have to sell popcorn because Girl Scouts sold Girl Scout cookies. And it was so unfair because Girl Scout cookies have like an actually good product.
Right.
Like those cookies are so great. Like I love Thin Mints. Those are amazing.
Top notch, yes.
But like who wants to buy popcorn? We've got like 3 different flavors of popcorn and it's all overpriced. Say, hey,
they're
would
all
you
on
like to buy
sale.
$20 worth of popcorn? No, of course not. Just being
Oh
set
my
up to
God.
fail.
You make a good point though. Thin Mints would also be good, hot or cold.
Yeah, I was about to say
Yeah.
I have never had the frozen Thin Mints, but I always
Love
hear
it.
how good those are.
I like
Top
them.
notch. Yeah, you get that, then you like crumble it over your ice cream. It's good stuff. There are I forget the brand. I'll find it and send it to you on it. But there are like really good like vegan Thin Mints that we used to get a lot that they had at our grocery store.
The Girl Scout Thin Mints are vegan.
I didn't know that. These were the only ones. They just advertised that they were vegan. I just figured that the other ones weren't.
I love Girl Scouts. Like them then.
They're so good.
I see that, like, things will advertise that they're gluten-free or stuff like that, like soy sauce, and it's like, I just assumed it was that way.
You know what's interesting? And I'm going to mispronounce it, and I'm going to cry that I did that. But Worcestershire,
Yeah.
Worcestershire. That's not vegetarian or vegan.
Really?
You have to specifically get it vegan because it has like anchovies in it. The regular kind. Yeah. Because I was looking up, like vegetarian French onion soup recipes because I love French onion soup. But I haven't had it since I ate meat. And so it's just like, because it always has like beef broth. And so I was like, well, I should just look up a recipe for how to make it with like veggie broth. And then they were like, you need vegan Worcestershire sauce. And I was like, there's Worcestershire sauce that isn't like, yeah, that one surprised me.
It's like how licorice isn't vegan.
I know, that one always is interesting to me too. Also, like marshmallows, because the gelatin.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. Vegan
Gummy
marshmallows, though, I think are so much better than regular marshmallows.
Really?
Yes, I love them. Maybe it's because I haven't had regular marshmallows in like over 11 years at this point. But vegan marshmallows, they taste like so much more like vanilla, and I love that. Like they're very tasty. Yeah.
Oh, I need to get vegan marshmallows. I don't think I've had any.
They're really, really tasty. I like them a lot.
Then you can make vegan s'mores.
I know, that was what I was really excited about because I'd been to like a lot of like summer parties and stuff, and everyone was like having s'mores, and I was like, I miss s'mores. Like those were so fun. And then like my mom one day came back from the grocery store and she was like, look what I found, and it was like vegan marshmallows, and I was like, oh my god. So now we get those occasionally, but yeah, it's a good time. I don't know. All right, well, that's been fun. So the answer is just to find food that works. Okay. Okay, you wake up one day. How a lot of these start. Suddenly, you're awake.
Already a downside.
You didn't die in your sleep.
Like, you could just like take these and like give us like a Peter Parker like origin story, like you were bitten by a radioactive spider and then this happens.
You're right. Oh my god. Okay. So you were bitten by an a cappella student. So the only way that you can communicate to people is through song. What do you do?
Do you sing well though? Or
You sing like you normally sing.
Oh, I'm going mute.
I'm singing constantly, but people are gonna be annoyed.
Just always sing it like one note.
You're so monotone. Oh my god.
Like rap.
That's
Yeah,
a good
no.
idea. That's what I was thinking. It's just like constantly rap things because I feel like you can make that work. And people are
No,
like,
that
wow,
counts.
he's so well spoken.
I feel like you'd have to think a lot faster for that though. Like, wouldn't you? Because you gotta fill in.
You could do
time.
like a slow rap.
Yeah.
Oh, like really slow it down.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, my first take was the going mute thing too, Yoana. So I'm like, I've got a really good karaoke voice when everyone's drunk. Like, that's what I always tell people when they're like, are you a good singer? I'm like, I sound great when other people are drunk. But yeah, it would be a thing where it would go like, all right, well, we're just not gonna talk. Ugh. The other week after I got my wisdom teeth out, I like physically couldn't talk because like all of the like gauze in my mouth and everything, and also like everything being numb. But like I was mentally there, and so I like had to like write my mom a note because she thought that I like couldn't understand anything mentally. Like she thought I was still like affected by the anesthesia, and I was like, no, you don't understand. Like I get what's going on. I just can't talk. Yeah, so that would be my new life. I don't know, or I'd get one of those like translator thingies where it's just like basically the Google Translate lady talking for you. Would be another option.
Wait,
What
I have
if
a
your
question.
like
Yeah.
curse extends to the Google Translate lady?
Oh.
Or however you try to speak out elsewhere also comes out in song.
Then I would be making like fire songs. It would be just super produced.
Or like if you're trying to write things down, you're just writing like extremely good lyrics.
That's true. I didn't know the extent of this when I wrote it, but like, what do you think happens when you then like try to sing?
Oh.
Would you just be singing, or would you
I
be
think
talking?
it'd just be normal, like your regular talking.
Fair. So maybe that's what it is you like feel and think like you're singing, but it comes out as this. Like,
I would be okay with that.
okay. But I feel like that's like harder on your throat. I'm not a singer, but that sounds right.
And like whisper sing.
Ooh. Sultry.
What I was thinking, I was wondering if you could get like an Autotune box, and if that like cancels it out, or like if you can't sing, it makes it so that you sound like better.
That would be helpful. That would be a new market. That would be your move as an engineer.
I was thinking you can learn sign language and just
Oh, sure, yeah.
or like and have a translator with you at all times to speak for you.
Sing for you. Thanks, everyone. Everyone's been bitten by that radioactive acapella student. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. This is one that I know will result in crime. But
Amazing.
I'm gonna ask it anyway. Suddenly you're awake. And you
Thank
were
goodness.
bitten you were bitten by a radioactive time traveler. And,
You're in bed and there's a radioactive time traveler like in your room.
and he just like bites your leg. Okay, so that happens. It's a horrible way to start your Monday. But then now you just think there's nothing of it. You kick him out. You're like, get away from me. You're kind of creepy. How did you even get in here? You're just, everything's normal. And then suddenly like a song comes on and you're just kind of vibing to it and you just like snap a little bit. But then the moment that you snap, you're randomly transported into a random moment in time. What do you do?
Wait, is it based on the snap? So every time you snap, you get, and it's random every time?
Yeah, you don't pick where you're going.
I don't know, that seems fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What I
I
was
would
saying
enjoy that.
is, I'm going back to crime. So like, there are so many like famous like art heists. Like there's like diamonds in Barbados called like the Queen's Diamonds that just like disappeared and no one knows what happened to them.
Mhm.
And like what I would do is I would just go like the art gallery that time period, like steal something, and then like right as I'm stealing it, I like snap my fingers and then I go to another time and I leave it there and then I find another thing. So I'm just like bringing these things like back and forth through time,
Okay.
and
Okay,
people would
I
never
have-
find them.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you like end up in the same like physical place, like location wise? Like if I'm in Chicago and I snap, I'm in like a different time period in Chicago?
Yes. Yeah, you don't
Okay.
travel the world. You just like you're in your spot, but like 50 years earlier, or like 75 years in the future, or like
Since I am on the 5th floor of my apartment building, if I snap, there's a very good chance I'm falling to my death instantly.
Ugh. Spooky.
I feel like I'd have to like first go to a place where like I know wasn't like that I know was existent at like most periods of time,
Mhm.
Okay. Mhm.
not to end up like snapping and like be in the middle of a like ocean, you know?
Yeah, that's smart. Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah, is it like random time from the formation of Earth until
Yeah, until
the
end.
Earth dies?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, you could wind like the whole planet was an ocean at one point, so you could just wind up in endless water.
Yeah.
right.
But I guess since it just snaps, so you just move on.
Mhm.
I guess you just keep snapping until you find a place you want to be and then live out your life. Because it's pretty easy to not snap.
Right. That's my theory, though, is I'm like, I would kind of probably just want to keep snapping until I got back into my own life. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although it would be very unlikely for you to get back
I
if
know,
you have
that's the
the
other thing.
endless history
Yeah.
of time to snap into.
A lot of snaps.
Mhm.
Just constant.
I feel like you probably like snap, 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 and then you wind up in like 1979. You're like, close enough. I'll just wait it out.
Right. Yeah.
Then you can just like what's gonna happen, so you know like what to
That's true.
invest in.
Yeah, at what point do you kill your former self and take their life?
But it would be like a child.
Yeah. And then you're like, hi, Mom, I'm 20 now.
You just wait until the time you snapped away, and then you take over from there.
So
Right.
you're like aging though.
That's
So, like,
a good point.
So like if I go back to the 80s and I'm like 20 now, by the time I get to like 2020,
You'll be 60?
I'll be older.
That's like maths. Yeah.
I didn't even try the math. No, I guess you know what? This is what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Let's say I go back to the 80s. I like become rich, and then I transfer all that money into an account that I then give my like current self the information to.
Brilliant. I like it. But then, would your current self still snap away?
I warn my current self to
Okay.
be wary of.
Never snap again. But then there's that paradox: if they never snap, then you never go back and get the money.
Unless there's parallel realities.
Yeah.
Yeah, time travel stuff. We'll just explain it away like Avengers, where it's just like
where it's
don't think about it too hard.
Parallel universe every time.
Yeah.
I think I'm changing. I'm gonna like try really hard to convince people aliens are real. So I'll like go into the future. I'll get like something that's really futuristic, like an iPhone, and they'll like go back in time to like the Egyptians, and then just leave an iPhone there in like a temple, and people will be like, "How'd this iPhone get here?"
Yeah.
Or go ahead, Adam.
I was just gonna say it's a prime way to mess with people.
Mm-hmm. Aliens.
Unless if like everything that has led to today has already happened, what if your actions going back in time doesn't really change anything because you always end up going back in time.
It's like the Harry Potter way, where everything you do has happened already.
Right. Yeah. Do you guys think that time travel exists?
No.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
So, yes, in the way of like you can technically time travel if you like go into space and then like go through a wormhole and then come out. Technically, you could, because you would be moving around the universe at a slower speed. So by the time you would like go through a wormhole and get back to Earth, you'd lose some time. But so technically yes, but not in like the way we're thinking.
I guess like in Interstellar, where they are like when they're orbiting the black hole, and it's however many years, so you can time travel forward.
Okay.
You just can't go back.
Interesting.
I feel like it is a possibility. We just haven't gotten there to discovering it. But I think it like, in terms like I think it does exist. I feel like we can. We just don't know how to yet. You know?
Interesting. Yeah, I like it. Do you think they'd tell us if like the government found that out?
No.
I think that would be immediately sabotaged and destroyed.
Yeah.
Seems too dangerous to let happen.
That's my thing, is it's like, it's so sad to think about that if like time travel was real, it would just be so abused. Like it would be like, that's one of those things that it can just like, if it does exist, then like they need to keep it under like massive wraps, just because like it like that got into like the wrong hands of like a regular person, not even like some other government official that wants to like destroy the country or whatever, but like just some regular like Joe Schmo who like got his heart broken, like, you know, like it's like in the wrong hands of literally anybody, that could be so bad. Yeah.
If you guys could choose where to time travel to, but you can't affect anything, you can only like watch, just like witness that event again. What would you do? Where would you go?
Like an event, or just
like anything. Like if you could just time travel to like any point in history, but like you can't obviously make anything change. Like
I'd like to explore how ancient cities were when they were lived in. So Rome's the easy one, but I don't know how to pronounce the name. But there was an Aztec city, I think, not where Mexico City is now, and it was all on like the water on a lake. I'd love to like go there and just see how people lived.
I would want to see how real Socrates was. Like, because like everything we know about him is like through his students just like writing fan fiction about him. And so it's like I would love to see like how much of it was accurate and how much of it was just like, oh, this guy. Like, you know.
Didn't Socrates also like hate writing?
Well, he didn't think that you should write down your philosophy. He just thought that it should only take place through communication, of like verbal communication. So yeah, his students did not carry on that belief, clearly. But yeah.
Thankfully, otherwise we wouldn't know about him.
Absolutely. It's so funny because it's like you read stuff and you're like, oh, well, that happened yesterday. Like, yeah. But it's interesting. I would really want to see that though, because apparently he was also like, I mean, you know, he got put on trial and then killed. So like people didn't like him like a lot. So
I can see how he'd be pretty annoying. Like reading some of the dialogues of like,
Oh, yeah.
I can see why he really pissed people off.
absolutely, yeah. But I want to see it in action. How about you, Ryan?
Well, I was gonna say off that Socrates thing is I've been playing the Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which takes place in like that time period in Greece, and you meet him because every Assassin's Creed game that's taken place in a time period, you just coincidentally
meet
every
famous
single person. Yeah, and he's very annoying in that game because he just asks like all these questions, and it's like, man, I just want the reward for this quest.
That's fair.
But I think I'd go back to like ancient Greece, just be like, hey, what's going on? Because I'm curious, like, how'd they live?
Oh yeah, yeah. How about you, Yoana?
I would go back to the Library of Alexandria,
Oh,
like
yeah.
before it's been burnt, and just like read everything, try to memorize it, and then like, I want to know, did anyone even like? Here's my theory. I feel like it could have easily been saved. Like, throw some like water on it, you know?
Did anyone even try?
Right.
You know,
What was your fire department doing?
and
I want to know how much effort they were putting in to saving it. I'm just curious. Were they giving 100%? I just want to see that.
I think they should have had more people with like overdrafted books. You should tell people like, oh man, you should like take some time to read that book, because then more books would have been saved.
That's true.
Yeah, just be like, every book you know, make a copy of it. You're gonna want them.
I'm just saying, steal the book. Don't return it to the library.
Just take it with you and then go somewhere else.
Oh my god. Yeah, honestly, that's the move.
Maybe
that's what happened.
That's
why
what
the
happened
books
to a
are
lot
gone
of the
from
books that survived, where they were like taken from the library, or they just like weren't returned,
or like illegally copied.
Yeah. Thankfully, otherwise it wouldn't happen.
Yeah, fair. Alrighty, so time travel's tough, is what I'm getting.
Don't get bitten by radioactive time travel.
Yeah, like you really watch out when you wake up in the morning. Okay. Suddenly you wake up. And you look around your room, and there's cameras literally everywhere. And you're like, oh, that's odd. And so then you like kind of look around and you find this radioactive director. He doesn't bite you, he's just radioactive. And you find out that your life is a super popular reality show in another country. What do you do?
Oh yeah, Truman Show sort of thing.
Yeah.
Have you seen that movie?
Yeah. That's where I did this from.
I was gonna say, well, like first I'd probably like go back to bed and just hope they'd go away.
I think if it's a reality show, I think I'd do what I could to try to tank the ratings. So I'd just be as boring as possible and be like, I don't know what you're enjoying out of this, but whatever you're enjoying, I'm not going to do anymore. Now that I have control.
Yeah, like all the worst arcs you can think of TV shows, just like go into them. Be like, okay, we're going to do a love triangle again with the same people for the third time this season.
We're going to literally jump over a shark. Oh my God. Yeah. How about you, Yoana?
It's a hard one. Yeah, I'd probably like tank the show, but also like, wouldn't it be fun to just do crazy things?
That's
just to like see how people react to them.
Mm-hmm. I would want to see if I could get my cut for sure. Like,
Yeah.
if people have been secretly recording my life for like years. Yeah. I don't know. Be interesting. What would your reality show be called?
can't
Good
think.
question.
I'm not
Yeah.
clever enough for a title.
Jumping the Shark and 101 other bad TV tropes.
With Brian. Oh my god. I love that. Yeah, I couldn't think of one for me either. My favorite.
I'm like trying to do a play on Desperate Housewives. And like
Just desperate Yoana.
Desperate Yoana.
Oh my gosh.
The tragedy of Yoana.
Uh, that's one thing. So like, I never watched The Real Housewives of whatever city, right? But like before I watched Desperate Housewives, I always thought they were the same show.
Are they not?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, one of them's like a soap opera like drama show, and then one of them's like a reality show.
A lot of people like think that though. Like
Yeah.
if I'm like, yeah, I watch Desperate Housewives, they're like, reality TV. I'm like, no. Don't
You
call
don't
it
understand. Oh my god. Desperate Housewives is like good though.
I'm like ashamed. It's like my guilty pleasure, but also like I love it so much.
It's too good to be guilty about. Like there's too many times that it could hook you. Like
Yeah,
the first episode starts with a suicide, and like
amazing.
you're like, what?
Eva Longoria in it.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna do one more. And then I think we'll probably wrap it up. Feels right. Okay. Okay. So, what would you do if suddenly you wake up? I almost started it the wrong way. Like, okay. This is gonna be another one that it's like the people in your life are affected, right? Okay. You wake up. You're going about your day as normal. Like, you make some breakfast, you're like gonna brush your teeth and everything, but it's like as soon as you go into the bathroom, you look in the mirror and you look completely different. Like, obviously you're still a person, but you just look like a totally different person. What do you do?
Do people
Go
still
ahead.
treat me as me?
No. Like, you have all your memories, but they're still thinking of like you as you.
But people still are like, oh yeah, that's Adam.
No,
When
no,
they see me.
you look totally different. Like if like
Oh, so it's just like suddenly I have a completely different body.
I'm thinking Freaky Friday. Yeah.
Are we doing like same gender?
No,
like,
it could be anything.
switch-
Also, this happens every time you go to sleep and you wake up.
Oh,
You're bitten by both an old man and a baby.
there's a book. I think it's called Every Day. That's about that.
Yeah, it was like I saw a movie, probably based on that book. I didn't see the movie, I saw a trailer. But I don't know what to do.
I think
Just enjoy life,
yeah.
I think.
I would like mess with people with this. Because then like you meet like a ton of people each day and then like say a ton of like cryptic stuff like I'm gonna go missing in like 14 hours.
Ooh.
And then there'll be like all this thing of like, there's a string of disappearances in this area. And people will be like, what the heck is going on? And then like you have to leave town and then switch into a different body and then do the same thing. So
You could also
Crime.
mess with people. Well, crime, always an option. But you
That's
could
the
also
thing,
mess
too,
with
yeah.
people of like, because now you have like friends probably. And so you can go up to your friends as like this random person and just say something you know that's like pretty personal about them. And they're like, why does this random person know something about me? And then you leave and never see them again.
So like, well, I would want to keep my friends personally, low key. Like, I think my
Well, that's
first,
ideally.
I think my first prerogative would be like convincing people, like, no, I'm me. I just look different every day now. Like, just like the boring answer, I know, but it's still what I would do.
Okay, my question is, I have two questions here to clarify. Number one, is this like you being like a person who already exists? Like, am I just gonna wake up and be like Margot for a day? Or is this like like, do I have an established life as this person already?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Are you like flashed into someone else's body, or do you just kind of shapeshift every day?
A combination. So you do shapeshift every day, but it is like a doppelganger of someone who already exists.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then my second question is, if you die in that body, do you die forever, or does that body die?
Yeah, I'm gonna say you die forever for sure, but then, yeah, it'll just be that body. So like the one you died in that day. Hopefully they got a picture of you already to put at your funeral.
Just gotta take constant selfies so
That
they
was
have
something I
something.
was thinking about is like IDs. Like,
Mhm. Well,
Just
that's
to go to
the
the
thing.
DMV every day to get a new driver's license.
I'd say you just do like a ton of crime. So you like go into a bank, be like, my name is Alfred, and I'm going to rob this bank. And then like as you're getting away, you're like, okay, now I need to like go to sleep, and then you go to sleep real quick, take a nap. You wake up, you're a different person, and you get away with it.
I love the idea that you go in and tell them your name.
It is I, Jeremiah, here to rob you. Make sure everyone here knows my name and just take pictures of my face. It's important.
Does that guy robbing the bank have a pillow and a blanket?
The guy robbing the bank's handing out professional headshots that are signed for some reason.
Oh my god. He's confident.
But then you get away with it, and and then you become like a BuzzFeed Unsolved episode of like, how did this guy do it?
Yeah.
He took every step to make sure he was caught and never was.
Mhm.
Oh, but then wouldn't the person that you're a doppelganger of go to prison because of
right.
you?
That's true.
Ooh,
That's a
that's
moral
true.
dilemma, but like that's a
But
dilemma I'm willing to have.
They might also have like a rock solid alibi since they just live in their life.
They might be like, I live in Germany. Like,
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's a good point. Are you a copy of someone anywhere in the world, or a copy of someone in like nearby you?
anywhere.
In the world?
You gotta like set up an international like bank account then, so you can transfer all your money in there.
It's true. Yeah. My question is like, what happens if there's like a glitch in the system of these like radioactive like old man and babies, and like what if everyone who was bitten by them changes like to the same person? And there's just
There's
like,
just a bunch of copies of one person.
yeah. But it only happened for like a few hours because of time zones, but still. Yeah. A little creepy.
I think it would be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
think
was
it'll
just
be
thinking. Yeah.
That would be my most fun one. Is like first prerogative is like make sure everybody knows that like this is just my new life. Second is it's just like have fun with it.
Mhm.
Would you do something like you wake up in a body and you're like, damn, this is a good one, and then you try to not sleep for as long as you can?
Yeah, or like take like 20-minute power naps until you find one before you go on a date.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What I was thinking is like even if you get caught robbing the bank and you like get put in a jail cell, then you go to sleep and you wake up and you're a new person and be like, hey, that person just escaped and put me in here.
That's smart. Yeah. Yeah. I like it. Alrighty, so from today I can tell that secretly y'all are criminals. And that sometimes food is fine no matter the temperature.
Mhm.
Eat more popcorn. It's perfect.
Eat more popcorn. That's the answer. Alright. Well, now we're gonna talk about what rained on your parade. What rained on y'all's parade?
Hmm.
Yoana, I don't know if you've ever watched or listened to a
I
podcast.
have.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. That I just realized, like, she might not know what I'm talking about. Oh my god.
I don't know.
I feel like life is a good answer to this question.
Ooh. You want to delve into that?
No, I'll do the opposite. I'll do the sunny one because I don't think she listens to this, but my best friend from study abroad came to visit this weekend, and it was very nice to see her because I've not seen her in a while now. So
That's
it was very
exciting.
nice,
Yeah.
and it was a great break from all the homework I have to do.
Right. That's fair.
I rain on my own parade because I procrastinated a lot and had to like do an all-nighter.
Oh.
Which is probably gonna be tonight as well. So I am I am my own problem.
Oh my god.
Wait, so you did an all-nighter last night?
On Friday.
Oh, okay. I was gonna be like, you did an all-nighter last night and then another one tonight. Seems like a really bad idea.
That's a Margo move.
See, that's what you do when you really like the body you're stuck in.
Yeah, Yoana's like, I'm so hot right now. Like, we need to keep this going. Oh my god. Yeah. Alrighty. I definitely had one, like, before we were recording. Or, like, before I even called you guys, I was like, I need to talk about this. Talking to you guys has put me in such a bright mood that I just don't remember any problems I had now.
We're the sunny part of the week.
Yeah, always. But like, I'm trying to think. A definite sunny thing that's been happening is I've been like video calling with people a lot more lately, which has been very, very nice. Because last semester it was definitely like minimum amount, and that was sad and like not fun. But this semester I was like, you know what? No, we need to like go for it more. Also, another sunny thing is that I was like cleared to work out again. Because like they told me after like my wisdom teeth thing, they were like, you can't work out because then your mouth will fill with blood. And I was like, that sounds horrifying.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No, that was the thing.
Yeah, he was like, make sure you don't work out for like 3 weeks because like it could burst your like whatever they are at this point, and then like your mouth will just be bloody. And I was like, that is terrifying. So I was able to work out again this week, which is fun.
But it would be hilarious. Oh, well, you have masks on, potentially. But if you didn't have masks on, it'd be very funny if you're like working out and then suddenly you're bleeding at the mouth.
Right. I was like, that sounds like a fun little prank. No, but after the surgery though, because like obviously I had to wear a mask because I had to like walk into my apartment and everything and like walk out of the like surgery place and everything. So I had to wear a mask, and I was like about to put on like my 2 cloth ones because like I had double mask that day, and the like assistant, she was like, hey, you should do this instead with like a disposable one, and she was very right, because like when I got home and took them off, there was just like blood there because like I couldn't feel that I was doing that, but it was like, oh well, thanks lady that I don't know the name of. Yeah, so in general, getting to work out again has been nice, and then also friends. Sun. How about you, Rick?
I would probably say for rain that like the weather this week was very cold. Everything's going well for me, honestly. Like classes have been good. Like
Yeah.
I'm so glad. Like my first 5 semesters were not great. A lot of work and as an engineering major, but like now things are like smooth sailing here on out, and I'm enjoying it.
Good.
So yeah, the only thing was like the weather was really cold this week, but like the sunny thing is it's gonna get better this week. It's gonna be warmer.
We love that. I don't like the snow. You can stop. I was talking to one of our professors, and she was just like, yeah, so I think that like the snow's just gonna be here until like the end of April. And I was like, that's too long.
That is a long time for snow to be around.
Yeah, she said that like the drifts were like 10 feet. And I was like, I don't think I've ever seen that much. It's too much. But alright, well, yeah.
I'll throw in a sunny one, please. I was
Sure.
the only one who was being pessimistic. My Friday lunches with Margot, those were always sunny.
Aw. Yeah, we've been, so like when we were on campus, we would always have like Sunday brunches together. And so we were like, we should start that up again. So it's been fun.
Nice.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I hope that everyone has had deep moral quandaries from this episode. Avoid radioactive things and people. And
Don't get bit.
yeah,
Lock
just
your doors at night.
yeah.
Probably just good advice in general.
Yeah. Just don't let people bite you. I feel like that's standard. Alright, well, have a sunny Wednesday.
Bye.
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 Bye.